Hey there YouTube! So today I am bringing you a tag video and it is the bookshelf tag. Bookshelf tag? I think that's what it's called. But this is a tag all about my bookshelves. I have done a bookshelf tour before, so you can go and see that, but this is like some more specific questions about what I've got on my shelves. So this tag was originally created by a wandering mind, I think. Links to the original video down in the description below. I was not tagged in this video, but I saw Jaded Reader do it and I decided that I wanted to. So let's get on to the questions. How many bookshelves do you have? I have 3 bookshelves. I have a few floating bookshelves, but I guess those don't really count, but it's mostly 3. I have 2 tall ones and a short one. How many books are on your shelves, or how many do you think are on your shelves? It's been a while since I last counted how many books I have, but I think I have somewhere around 300, 400. That sounds about right. Number 3, how do you organize your books? So my books are sort of organized, so they're kind of organized by, like, I guess audience or genre that way. Like, I've got a middle grade shelf, I've got adult fantasy, I've got YA fantasy, I've got adult contemporary, YA contemporary, manga, graphic novels, that sort of thing. So it's kind of organized that way, but some of the sections kind of bleed into each other. Like, I know I have this shelf here, which is like a mix of YA fantasy and adult fantasy. Yeah, YA fantasy and adult fantasy. So they're kind of mixed up, but generally they're by like audience and then genre. What is the oldest book on your shelf? If we're talking like oldest, like published book, then we're gonna have to go with The Tale of Genji by Murasaki Shikubu. This is actually the first ever like novel written or published, so that's about as old as you can get. But if we're talking oldest book that like I've owned, like the book I've owned for the longest amount of time, I think it's gonna be Falling Up by Shel Silverstein. This is a book of poems. I've had this since elementary school. I had like a bit of a Shel Silverstein phase when I was in elementary school. I believe this predates any of my Harry Potter books. Number 5 is, what is the newest book on your shelf? And I actually don't have it. I literally just got some manga today. I got Waitings for Spring Volume 6. But other than that, what else did I get that was new? I think maybe besides manga, Blue Lily Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater is the newest like novel that I've purchased that are on my shelves. Number 6, what is the longest book on your shelf? And so I think there are 3 contenders for this, so we'll have to see. We've got The Tale of Genji, which is 1,182 pages, but we also have Kingdom of Ash, which is also very long. I think this is 1,000 pages at least. Oh no, it's not. This is, oh, it's just shy of 1,000 pages, so goodbye Kingdom of Ash. And then the other contender, The Count of Monte Cristo, possibly? Oh yes, this is 1,460 pages, something like that, so The Count of Monte Cristo is the longest book on my shelf. Number 7, what is the shortest book on your shelf? It is either one of these copies of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, or Quidditch Through the Ages, of course by J.K. Rowling. I believe Fantastic Beasts is shorter. This is 42 pages, and this is 56. So Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is the shortest book on my shelf. Number 8, what is the predominant genre of books on your shelf? That is definitely gonna have to be fantasy. It's mostly YA fantasy, but there's a lot of adult fantasy on there too. Number 9, have you done a bookshelf tour? Yes, I have done a bookshelf tour. I did one, I think, earlier this year, so you can see it up in the cards there, and please enjoy my bookshelf tour. It's not one of those ones where you like pull out every book and say which it is, because that's very annoying to watch and to edit. So it's just kind of an detailed overview on how I organize everything and just kind of what is on all of my shelves. Number 10 is to go on a random number generator and talk about the book that comes up. So I have to do that. So I think I have about 400 books, and but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna put 1 to 300, and I think we should be safe. Please don't be 300. 144. Alright, so we're gonna start on the top corner and then go down and then onto the other one if we need to, but I don't think so. There are also several books on here that are missing because they're in TBR piles, or just I've left them around, so there's that. So, the 144th book that is currently on my shelf right now is the complete series of Magic Knight Rare Earth. So this is a manga by my favorite manga artist slash group, Clamp. So I have not read this whole series, but I have seen the whole anime, and I've read maybe about the first 2 volumes of it, which are included in this because this is the whole series. So this is basically a manga series about these 3 girls who don't know each other. They are randomly meet, and they are transported at the moment, like they meet to this fantasy land. I can't remember the name of the land, but they are given them this mission to become magic knights and to save this magic land from being destroyed. It's like a super cool, super cute fantasy action series. There's a little bit of romance in here. There's a twist in here, I know from watching the anime, that's kind of big, which is like really good. But the art in this is like fantastic, and it's just like so beautiful. It's a story about a bunch of girls who have to fight evil together, and that is the best type of story. So if you like magical girls or fantasy action sort of things, definitely check out Magic Knight Rare Earth. It is definitely worth your time. I really need to read all of this. Number 11 is, do you have any fan merch on your bookshelves? So I've got a lot of things on my bookshelves, but I'm not really 100% sure about fan merch. I do have this print of this quote, "When in doubt, go to the library," which is from Harry Potter. I believe it is attributed to Hermione Granger, but I think actually Ron says this as sort of like a thing that Hermione would say. So I actually don't think this quote is said by Hermione. I think it's said by Ron. Other than that, I've got a bunch of Funko Pops, a bunch of anime figures, and of course, a bunch of unicornos. My Harry Potter shelf, I have a whole shelf dedicated to Harry Potter, has a lot of Harry Potter Funko Pops and other sort of things on there, so that's probably the only shelf that has like dedicated fan merch. Oh, let's see. My floating bookshelf with the Hunger Games on it has my Katniss and Peeta Funko Pops on there too, so. Number 12 is to show you my bookshelves. Basically, like I said, I have 3 bookshelves. I have 2 tall ones and a short one, and then I have some floating bookshelves. Is to tag someone. I'm not 100% sure who I'm going to tag, so I've listed them down in the description for when I do decide who I want to tag in this, to see if anybody has not done this before. But yeah, that is all of the questions for the bookshelf tag. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about any of the books I have on my shelf, about my bookshelves in general. Just so you know, the tall ones are the Billy bookcases from IKEA. The short one is just a random one I got from Target, and the floating bookshelves, I think you can find those on Amazon. They were a gift to me, so I don't really know where they're from, but if you just search floating bookshelves on like Amazon, you'll be able to find them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more bookish and nerdy content from me. That is all I've got for you guys today. I'm Christy Lou. Till next time, matane!